Introducing David Achom,
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. My name is Lagos. Oh my God, my name is David Achom. My name is David Achom, and I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. You know how we do it, alright? I want to know where you're connecting from. I am connecting from Lagos, Nigeria. So where are you right now? Where are you connecting from? Where are you connecting from? Talk to me. Where are you connecting from? I want to know. I want to know. Where are you connecting from? Where are you connecting from? Where are you connecting from? I want to know. Let's talk to me in the chat box. Talk to me in the chat box. Talk to me in the chat box. Where are you connecting from? I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Connecting from Adamawa State. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Where are you guys connecting from? Talk to me. I want to see more comments in the chat box, guys. I want to see more comments. More comments. How am I supposed to know that you're serious about today's live session if you're not going to talk? Okay? So let's see more comments. Let's see more comments. Let's see more comments in the chat box. Let's see more comments in the chat box. Let's see more comments in the chat box. More comments, more comments, more comments. Let's see more comments in the chat box. Let's see more comments in the chat box. I want to see more comments. I want to see more comments in the chat box, guys. Today is very unique. Very unique. Because number one, it's not going to be long. Number two, it's going to be very impactful. Okay? Number one is that it's not going to be long. Number two is that it's going to be very impactful. It's not going to be long and it's going to be very impactful. And I'm not going to be doing this alone. I'm going to be doing this with one of my very strong hands. So within the academy, we have powerful coaches. And it's very funny how most of the coaches within the academy. I mean, you guys know Coach Freeman. Before, um, by the way, he's no longer with us. Because he started his own academy and we, celebrated him and told him, okay, you know what, no problem, go on. But before he got there, he used to be one of the students within in 2021. You guys know Coach Jumoke. She's still with us. Before she became a coach in 2023, she was a student in 2021, student in 2022. You guys know Coach Femi Oyewumi. Before he became a coach in 2022, he was a student in 2021. You guys know, it's just the same thing. You guys know Coach Christine Judah. You guys know Coach Timmy Badejo. I can just keep listing. You guys also know Coach Uzoma. I can keep listing and keep listing. We have a counselor also. Before they became coaches, they were once students. So, what we pride ourselves in is taking over a period where you grow from being a student to being able to dispense knowledge. That is being a coach. We pride ourselves in that. We move you from the position of a student to the position of a coach. I promise you, not many people can do that. I can promise you, on God's name, not many academies can do that. They can teach you that you will now be able to trade, but that you will now be able to teach. It takes a different level of expertise to teach you that. And that's what we pride ourselves in. Pride ourselves in being able to teach you that. I promise you, it's not what you can get anywhere, like any random place. No, it's not. It's not what you can just get in any random place. No. It takes years of discipline, commitment, focus, dedication, perseverance, hard work. In fact, one of my major skills is patience. You can step on my toes 1 million times. I will not be quiet. And I promise you, I know what to do to get back at you, but I will not do it. Do you understand? Because I've learned from trading that you need to apply patience in every aspect of your life. Trading, you might lose one, two, three. You now know the price wants to retrace here. Most of you to enter that retracement, you say, no, I'll be patient for the major move. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a skill I've learned, and that's what we keep teaching to every of our students that have become coaches. I can keep listing many people, including OFM. All of them were my students. They're all my students who have become coaches. They're all my students who have become coaches. You know, I'm usually very happy to let them fly. They're doing great things. There's a guy I'll not mention his name. Um, I was talking to CFO. That was on on Thursday. I was talking to CFO on Thursday, and I showed him the guy's page. I said, this guy is going all around Qatar, Dubai, Los Angeles, Atlanta, going all around, preaching the Forex, the gospel of Forex. And I told him, I said, do you know when this guy came to meet me, he didn't know anything about Forex, number one. Number two, I taught him everything he knew about Forex. He was surprised first. I don't want to drag it, and I called him. The guy picked the card. First thing he said was, my coach, this one that you called me today is all well. And CFO was surprised. Guy, you this serious? I said, yes, Lord. The only thing is, God did not send some of us to 1 million people. Yes, maybe later on God will give us that, audience. The audience God has given us now, we are taking care of them properly. If it's only 10 God gives us now, no problem. There's a time on the live stream we used to see 400. I mean, you guys will know now. You guys are used to join the live stream. See 400 people joining live. Now the numbers have reduced. I'm not the one that will go and force them to come out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell you that patience in the process is what many people have not learned. I promise you, many people have not learned it. Well, I have learned to be patient irrespective. And that's what we're teaching everybody across board. There's a patience. There's a patience. There's a patience. Okay? Someone said, I can't wait to be in your Vault mentorship. First of all, how do you know that I have a Vault mentorship? That's a private mentorship group. I have sessions with them every day. I still had a session with them last night, a teaching session from 10:30 p.m. to past 12 a.m. How do you know I have a Vault mentorship group? I didn't announce it. I've not announced it. It's just for my private mentor. It's just private mentorship. And it's not Forex. I'm teaching you life. I'm teaching you business. I'm teaching you how to seek God and find God. No, I'm not teaching anything Forex there. So I'm surprised. How did you find out? Anyways, like I said, I'm not going to be doing this alone. We're going to be doing this with one of our very powerful hands. I'll let him analyze the market, and let's see how to make money today. Let's see what we can do to make some cool cash today. I promise you, today is not what you've experienced on other days. Oh, maybe I mistakenly mentioned it. Okay. If you follow the process, then they should have reached out to you by now. The process should take you to email where you fill the form and send to email. If you have sent it to the email, then they should have responded to you by now. If they've not, resend an email to follow up. But they should have responded to you by now if you did that. It's a private mentorship group. Please don't mention to anybody that I have a private mentorship group. Because it's free for 1 whole year. It's free. The only thing is that it's tedious. It's very hard. It's very hard. But it's free. No response yet. Then follow up again. You'll get a response today, I promise you. I'll let them know on the back end that some people have been sending emails and they've not done anything about it. Okay. So I'll be bringing up counselor. Counselor, are you there? So that we'll have a good time today. We'll have a very good time. Have a very good time. Have a very good time. Counselor, how are you
Morning,
doing?
everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
How are you today?
I'm very well. I'm very well, thank you. How about you?
Amazing. You look like a billionaire.
Amen. No. Amen. Amen. Amen.
You look like a billionaire.
Amen.
So this is what we're gonna do. I want today's class to be very simple. So I want us to when our focus is not giving them signal. Our focus is walking them through the process on how we used to catch signals. You
Okay.
understand? So our focus is not giving them a signal today. We will give them signal. I want us to teach them our strat. So you teach them your strategy in like maybe 10, 15 minutes. How you catch your trades, what you look out for. You can even outline it first 3 steps or first 5 steps. So that in your absence they can do the same thing. You understand? So you walk them through, then I'll walk them through my own also. You understand? Well, I've walked them through my own a billion times. I want us to do it again so that they can have that clarity.
You're putting me on my toes. All right. All right. Let's go. Simply put, the only thing I look out for is very simple: structure, liquidity, and point of interest. Structure, liquidity, and point of interest. It's not hard, but it's something that takes time when you figure it out. It's not hard, but it takes time when you figure it out. The reason why I'm using a pair that I don't trade normally is because to show you that it works literally everywhere. I'm not going to mentor you. I'm not going to teach you everything I know because I know how much I paid for that. But I'm going to tell you the 3 steps to getting a very solid setup. 3 major steps that I take. It's kind of hard, yes, but it is worth it at the end of the day. So, whenever I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is to check what is my structure for this week? What has been my structure for this month? And that I do it from my 4-hour time frame. Why did I do that? Because first off, you're not a swing trader. Sorry, I'm not a swing trader. I don't look out for things that takes days or years or months or weeks to work out. Nah, I'm looking for something that I'm going to do this week. I'm entering. I'm not going there to just stay and analyze the market and then fold my hand and be waiting for. No. I'm a trader. I want to make money. I want to get something out of the market. So what do? at that week I'm coming into the market. So simple. Like I said, number one is structure. Structure is a very vast topic that you can't just decipher in one session. Number one is structure. Number two is liquidity. Number two is liquidity. There's a popular saying that goes, if you don't identify liquidity, you become one. If you don't identify liquidity, you become one. Meaning, if you don't spot out where the sells or the buy or the range are, you become trapped in that point. So what do you now do to know that, okay, I've spotted out my liquidity? And you know that market does three things. Market accumulates, expand, and then distribute. Did I say it well? AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yes, I got it. So first thing you should do is, when is this market accumulating? Are you there? When in this market trying to manipulate, were you caught up in the manipulation? And then when it's trying to expand, that is when you should be there to expand with it. Expansion means you have already taken out liquidity, you have danced around, and now it's moving. Are you there to follow that move when it's been happening? Or you're just waiting for something you don't know? So number one is structure, number two is liquidity, number three is the point of interest, which is called POI. Some people call it OTE, whatever makes you sleep well at night. So POI, point of interest, OTE, optimum trade entry. So once you've sorted out your structure, the structure includes, is this bullish? Is this price uptrend? Is it a downtrend? Is it ranging? If it's ranging, sit it all out. Just don't force anything. If this price, if this that I'm seeing here is bullish, of course I'm looking for buys. But if it's bearish, of course I'm looking for sells. Why are you now trying to force your hands? You know that structure is telling you that I'm bullish, but you want to catch the sell. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have to catch a falling knife. Follow the trend. What does it give you? It gives you peace of mind. You don't be in the trade and be palpitating and be having your BP checker because you're in a trade. No, you don't do that. So follow the structure promptly. How do you follow the structure? It's very simple. They do this. This is like ABC of trading. Your higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It works out everywhere. So if you're still a newbie, you don't know how to mark out your structures, this is 4 hour time frame already. What are you looking out for? The higher highs, the higher lows. Don't even go from this point. Just start from the place you want to start entering from the market. You don't have to go back and back. No, you're not a swing trader, you're a day trader. So from this point now, what are you looking out for? From this point, you see high, see low. What to call this one? Obviously, this is a low, and then break. This low, break. There's no low here. You break again to this point, cause this low. This high wasn't broken. This low wasn't broken. Came back again and then broke the low. So there are things we call change of market structure. It is called change of market structure. Some people that like fine-tuning words have now called it market structure shift. They're all the same thing. Change of structure, market structure shift, they're the same thing. If I'm analyzing the markets from the higher time frame, and what I need to see for me to know that the market has shifted structure are very basic things. Make sure that you have your break of structure taken out. This point that you are looking out, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then this higher low that is protecting this other one has been taken out. Once it's taken out, your bullish have changed. You're no longer buying, you're now selling. But from your 1 hour time frame below, you must see this structure, this first one, as liquidity. you must see this first structure as liquidity. And then the second one is now your disruption. You must see this first one as liquidity, and the second one becomes your disruption. That is all. So now, let me put all these things together and make it up to one setup. So my structure is bullish. As from this point, it took out this low, which is, it is my 4-hour time frame. So what am I going to do? I'm now trying to look for sales. But when this one took out, it means that this point is now the point where you'll be selling from. But what happens? You see price came back and took it out. So this is where the manipulations have happened. Remember, A, M, D. A, M, D. Number one, I said, is what? AMD. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So this is how the market moves. Most of the time, if you see your price, they do with sessions. Most of the time, if you're lucky enough and you wake up in a New York session, in the London session like this, and you've already seen manipulation. This is where you want to sell from, but market have manipulated, taking it out. Your bias is still sells, right? Now you've seen your manipulation already. What you're looking out for now is to distribute with the market. That is where you enter. So it does with sessions. Some sessions, if I go back to telling you about sessions now, that will take another time. Some sessions, most of the time, Asian session we accumulate, London session we manipulate, and then of course New York we distribute. It is normal. I've checked it using, there's one session indicator in TradingView that I used at the time, but I don't use it anymore. Let me check. Session 2, this is it. But I can't use it. Oh shit. This is it. So let me go to lower time frame. So you see, this is Asia session. This is London Open. And you're seeing anyone that this is Asian manipulated, this is London buying, and then this is, you don't understand this chart obviously. So each of the session does different things at the particular time. One distributes, one accumulates, and the other one expands. So they are all different things entirely. So always make sure you're not caught up in the web. Always make sure you're not caught up in the web. So coming back to my normal, how do I get my setup? Number one, structure. I figured out that, okay, structure, if you check now, all the pairs I trade, I'm already waiting for what I want to look out for. Gold is bullish, I'm already waiting for it. US JPY is bearish, I'm already waiting for it. GBP USD is bullish, I'm already waiting for it. BTC is bullish, I'm already waiting for it. JPY is bearish, I'm already waiting for it. So let's go for GBP USD. That's everything you guys know. So how do I come up with this setup? From the daily time frame, from the 4-hour time frames, you see that I've been marking out these things from when it was here. If you followed me closely, you know that previous weeks I've said this thing. This same pattern printed out on gold, and the same pattern is printed out on GBP USD. So first off, mark out your structures. First off, structures. This is what I call range. I use my range to determine where the market started from and then where it's headed. When market started from and where it's headed. Once I come out, how do I figure out my range? I mark out my range, and then from that range, and I know where market is going to. Because like I always say, price is telling you a story. And that story, you should be the one following it. So your strategy is follow your story. Where is price starting from? Where is it headed? And where it's coming to? So the next thing is order flow. Order flow means the flow of market in a particular directions without any interruption. So when you figured out where your range is, where market is going to, your own business is now just follow the market to that place. You're going to Lagos, you're booking a flight. You're not trying to go to PH. No, you wait for your time, go and book and enter the plane and go. So the market is like that. Once you wait for it, look at it. All my points is all waiting. I waited for here, price didn't come back. I waited here, it didn't come back. I waited here, it came back. So you don't have to chase it anywhere. I mark out my entries from 4 hours, and then my entries point is from 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 2 hours. So if you watch closely, last week we are buying BTC, we are buying GBP USD, and this is why. So price came back to this point and broke our supply. So when it broke that supply, it made this place to now be what is called a breaker block. I'm talking too much already. A breaker block is a failed order block. And then when the other block is failed, it means that that place have invalidated that initial move of that sell. And now when price comes back to that same place, you're now doing what? You're not going to do the opposite of what price is supposed to do. Remember, price came to this point. This is a 4-hour supply zone. And that time I told David that this thing is not going to sell immediately, but let's just watch. Let's just watch. So when price came there, it tapped and went down. It started ranging from that point. You can see it started ranging from that point, and then it broke out. So when price broke out, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So this guy is not going to hold again. He's not going to sell again. So what am I waiting for? Price came back, and then buy started happening. But I didn't take the buy from here directly. I waited for it to give me a small change of character from the smaller time frames, which have happened here. So from this point, you can now start buying from it. And that is why I'm waiting for this point. So what am I now using as liquidity for this buy I'm waiting for? Clearly, is already there. So from this point, market broke out, went up. The first valid pullback the market gave me was this. This is the first valid pullback. So this is where I'm now saying, okay, I'm waiting for price to come back here, take it out, and I'll continue with my buy. So basically, this is how I look out for my setups. Number 1 is the structure. Number 2 is find out where the liquidity is. And then number 3 is the POI. The POI is simple, but it's very, very tricky. How do you know that POI will hold, and how do you know that it's going to fail? It's very simple. Make sure that the POI is unmitigated. Make sure that the POI is unmitigated. Mitigation means when something touches something. Let's say that this is my sell, this is my liquidity break, and then this is my liquidity here. This is my liquidity here. So my POI is somewhere below here. But for the fact that price hasn't in any way touched here, let's say this guy touched here, this POI has already been invalidated. But price did not touch it already, so it hasn't been mitigated. What I'm looking for price to do now is to come back here, tap it, and then continue. So always make sure that your POI hasn't been mitigated before. Make sure it hasn't been mitigated before. So as for that, this is it. At some point, yes, you miss your entries because price will just tap and then run. But you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to check and then wait for them to come back. And then if it didn't come back, I have another entry method. But for now, this is what I use. The other one is for me alone. Thank you very much. I have this on GBP USD, the same entry method. I have this for USD JPY, the same entry method. If you see from the 4-hour time frame, this has already been giving you, like, I'm marking that out from where it started from. Look at it from this supply zone. It sold on to this point of demand and retraced back. But that retraced back stopped somewhere here and then started falling back again. I didn't just sell from anywhere. I waited for it to give me a solid break and then give me liquidity that I'm taking out, which is this. and then I'm waiting for price to do something like this, and then boom, and then you see my profit target just somewhere here because of what? This demand here. So you don't sell because you just won't feel like selling. You don't buy because you feel like buying. You buy with something in your mind and you sell with something in your head. Same thing as BTC. You're seeing it. BTC rallied up to this point, and then you can see it's been bullish all day. It's been bullish. It's been bullish from the 4-hour time frame. It's been bullish. So why trying to sell? Nothing. So for me, the main buy for me is from this point. But I'm a day trader, like I always said. Before this price comes to this place, 1 week don't pass. So what do? You go to lower time frame and look for the same thing you're looking for. That is very, very simple. You can see that my liquidity is already there. This is my liquidity, is already lying there waiting for me. So once price comes back, tapped into here, we continue the move up. And you see my profit target, very, very simple. 3R, that is it. Why did I take that 3R? Because the price has not tapped into the 4-hour demand for me to continue the buy. But for this small buy, let me just take this small buy and then leave the market immediately, because all these liquidities will be taken out. All these liquidity that have been here, all these things, is called buy and sell side liquidity. Buy side and sell side liquidity. So they will be taken out. So what do? You don't have just to wait. Just put your targets and then wait for price to come to you before you do anything. Finally, structure, POI, liquidity. That's it. Thank you.
Amazing stuff. I was just peeping, looking at it and removing my eyes, looking at it and removing my eyes at different intervals. With all you've done for like 4 different pairs already, safe. So I don't think I need to do GBP USD again. Because I mean, I like what you've done. The only thing I may advise is, extend your stop loss a little bit down on GBP USD because of the structure on the 4 hours. If you check the 4-hour structure, you'll see something that you can consider. That's the only thing. All right, so if you check the 4 hours, you see that price has broken above. It means if it comes back down, it's not willing to go below this. Move your cursor a little bit up. No, move your cursor like where your stop loss is. Yes, so you need to just extend your stop loss a little bit down, a little bit below that. That's all. A little bit ahead. No, that's even too much. Maybe like 30 pips or 35. Because price is not going to come back there. So that would be a healthy place to keep the stop loss. But I like this momentum. I mean, I trade UPS. As I saw what you just did, I just knew that, yeah, this is good. This is a good buy. It's a very good buy. It's a very good buy. A very good buy. All right. Please just share this charts on the Telegram and WhatsApp community. That's for GBP with the entries, for gold with the entry, and the last one you did with the entries also. So every Monday we give out free signals like we have promised you. But other days we're going to collect money for our signal because we spend money to learn how to trade the signal. But what do you think? Counselor, you are muted.
Definitely. The one you did now, Seth, is shooting me on the leg. I don't teach how I get my setups openly, and it's not free. I don't do it for free. So if you're here on this call, that is your own gift from me to you. So it takes a whole lot of back testing, a whole lot of takes a whole lot of data for you to say that, okay, this thing works. And I've tested it with money and everything. So coming up here to just give it for free is not what we do. But then once we just do it for you. So you just have to be actively here, so you'll be getting this kind of free things. But for this one, it's not going to happen again. I promise it's not going to happen again. You can just come, analyze together, and then we move. But for teaching you how I get my moves, it's not going to happen again. So make do of this one that you had, and then put it into work. I promise you, it works. Just for you to go back, sit down, and then backtest all these things. You see that it works for yourself. Like you've seen me use it in different pairs. You've seen me use it in different pairs. The night I called gold sell, I didn't just call gold sell because I want to call gold sell. That was on Friday. That is from here. That is from here. It's from here. And I called it that time because this push that happened here should be covered. And like I told you that day, people trading gaps. Like market has opened on Sunday and opened with a gap. This gap that is here, people that trade gaps will say that this gap must be filled before anything. But then look at it. Gold did not even respect the gap. Gold did not even follow you and talk about that gap. He left you there and went up. That's because there are liquidity above that hasn't been cleared. This one is here, this one is there, this one is there. So they've already tapped from the 4 hours. So what are you expecting it to go and sell for? This is the 4 hours. This thing now, the same thing that is here is in GBP USD. This is the failed order block that is now a breaker block. This guy here, let me show you in GBP USD. It is somewhere here. Look at it. So when David was saying for me to cover my stop loss to this point, like I said, these people have already been mitigated. So if price is coming to this point, it means it's selling. If price is coming to this point now, it means it's going to dump or some kind of news or something, but it's not coming down there again. That's why I said always know that when your price is mitigated, know that that place is already off. That's why people trade FVGs. What is FVGs? It's imbalances in the market. So once these imbalances have been filled, why do price have the need to come back there again? So I don't know if I'm making sense. So once you master this strategy or this system, it works everywhere. This is gold. This is USD JPY. I'm already waiting for this sell. The same thing. This is GBP USD. This is BTC. So people asking cryptocurrency, blah, blah, blah. It works everywhere. On metals, on currencies, on indices, on crypto, literally everywhere. But what I do is I use my DXY. If you know what DXY is, that is the main highest traded currency in the world. I use it to determine my bias. If DXY is selling, as you can see, best believe that all USD pairs are buying. If this guy here is selling, just know that all USD pairs are buying. So this is what I use. You can't trade DXY, it's just the major currency, but then I use it for my bias. So for the fact that this guy is selling, best believe that gold is buying. Best believe that GBP USD, look at it, is buying. This one is buying. Anything that has to do with USD as the base currency is buying. BTC is buying. So the one that will be selling is the one that has to do with USD first. Like USD JPY is selling. USD card, let's look for it. USD card. It should be selling. Anything that has to do with USD first should be selling. Look at it. I've not gone there before, but look at it. You can see it, right? So it is not guess. It's not guess. Look at it. It's selling. So once you figure this out, go back to your chart and sit down and learn. So it's not hard. That is all. That is all.
Good stuff, good stuff. Please just type out the entries so that we can maybe set a pending order or something. But I'm interested in this trade. I'm personally interested in this trade. So I'll just split my risk. I'll take like if you drop 3 setups, I'll take all 3, but I'll just split my risk so that I can be able to trade tomorrow and next upon tomorrow, should in case the trades don't exactly go as promised. But I'm interested in these trades, I promise you. I'm interested in these trades. Okay? Do you have anything you want to say? I feel so fulfilled that I don't think there's anything for me to do again on the live call. So let's say today's live call was just about counselors teaching us. Let's take it that way. Or do you have anything you want to tell us again?
Not really. But then, if we miss this guy, there's a possible buy from here. This is entry I call it mitigation entry, in the sense that your major entry has left, and then price leaves you an imbalance. This is a break of structure, break. So this imbalance that is here, price will feel it first before this continuation. So if we miss this guy, obviously we're not going to miss this. Why did I take this buy from here? Is imbalance, simple imbalance. I call it mitigation entry. It is when you've already taken the trade have already left you, and you see an imbalance that caused a break of structure. I'm not going to teach about that one, no. But this one, if this pricing come back to this point, it was react from this point. So that is simple mitigation entry with your FVGs. At least everybody knows what FVG is, fair value gap. Once it has been created, this question here, price must tap into it. If you didn't tap into this one, must tap into this one. Definitely, it must. So here to here, that's it. And then your TP will now be a little bit extended till this guy, this place. I've always told you guys why I use the body, not the wick. Why I use the body, not the wick. Why? It's very simple. Price tends to come back just to that body and then decline. But if you've checked your structure, when last did GBP USD got to this point? It's been long. So you've not seen anyone. What with the one you're seeing? So with the one I'm currently seeing, this is the highest point GBP USD has touched in the past 1 year. So that's why I'm going to be using that point at my exit. The time it was here, it was 2021. This for the past 5 years. So I cannot extend my TP to that point, but it is still optional. This one now is called algorithmic range. Points where your pair has touched in the past year. This one now, I'm talking like Dapo Willis. This is what he does. Just mark those algorithmic range and then wait for price to come to that point. So that's broken this point, and then with a body, if you look at it has broken this range with a body. So the next range is at this point. And I don't just mark it at that point. I call it those ranges because they make up the whole number. So the next point we are looking for GBP USD to tap onto is the 1.42,000 region. You can see it, 1.42,000 region, which is at this point. And before price gets there, it's going to take a whole lot of time. That is for swing traders. So if we fail to catch this guy, which is the first move, which is this one, the next point is at this. And then if you have the balls to swing, with all due respect, go ahead. Because from this point, if he breaks this point, we are going for 142,000. Hold my balls on this one. I said it here. If he breaks this point, we are going for 142,000. But like you always know, trading price is not going just to go parabolic and then boom. No, to go like that. So if you have the balls to hold it, fine. But then when price comes to this point, I will tell you what to do. At least this one is already free, so I can give you for the whole day. I'll keep an eye on it and get the main entry. Once it taps in, we can get a decent 1:3 before we call it a day on GBP USD. So that is the other thing I want to say. That's it.
Makes sense. So my one question now is that we should have two positions, meaning if this first one, let's say price hit this first one, hits SL and comes down to this lower one, we can still trade again. Is that what you're advising us to do, right?
Definitely. There's no way this guy will going to hit SL first off. But the main setup is this. But if you look at it, simple, using your FIP to from this point to this point, price already above where we're going to look out for. So it's obviously a missed trade. So to avoid that, is now using this mitigation entry, which I just talked about, where this is the start of the imbalance, and this is the ending of where the current price action is. And then if you see from the point you want to buy from, is already at the 50%. So once price comes here, there's no how it will fail. But if it fails, which I'm not a market maker, but if it fails, this one is still there for us. But like I said, there's no any crazy news. There's no something that's going to push it down in that spiral. But if you're looking at the normal market price movement, this it should be the most realistic place to take a buy from.
All right, no problem, no problem. I like what I'm seeing. So you guys, I want you to write a lot of thank you very much, counselor, in the chat box. He just taught something that worth thousands of US for free. I want you to write thank you very much, counselor, in the chat box. Counselor, if the thank yous are okay, then you can call it a day. But I want you to wait till you see the thank yous. I want to say a lot of thank you, counselor, in the chat box. I want to say a lot of it, a lot of thank you, counselor, in the chat box. A lot of it. Thank you very much, counselor. Thank you very much, counselor. I want to see a lot of it. If you guys don't drop it, it means you're not graceful. And we're gonna have it next week. I promise you, I'm not gonna bring counselor up next week if you don't drop a lot of thank you, counselor, in the chat box. Thank you very much, counselor. If I don't see a lot of it, I'm not gonna teach nothing next week. Just come, stay 1 hour on the live, do nothing, and we'll go. Because you refuse to appreciate the person who's been teaching you. Thank you, counselor, and of course, my dear coach. For now, leave me. Just thank counselor. Thank you very much, counselor. Thank you, counselor. The person is spelling counselor wrongly. Correct them.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody.
Correct them, counselor. They are saying counselor. Like you are, what's the word? Like
Local
you are local government counselor.
The counselor is on the chat box. COUNSELLOR. So nobody even got it correct. Okay, at least Okuchi got it correct. Okuchi, thank you very much.
This guy also got it correct now.
Adebemi, yes. Adebemi.
Pascal got it correctly.
Thank you. Timothy, I see you. Thank you very much. Saint Paul, yes. You guys have been here every day, every Monday. I appreciate that. You guys gives me the ball to do more, and we'll continue doing more. Just keep being active, and then keep doing your own work. I don't just say it here for saying sake. When I'm done this teaching, when we are done, go back to your own chat. Does it work? Check it on your own self. It's not just about what Coach Chancellor said or what Mr. David said. Go back to your chat and do these things for yourself. Does it work? Because of course it works. But then have your own personal conviction. I'm not going to convert you. It's not a fake thing. I'm not going to bring you into my fold. No. If you go back to your chat and you see that it works, you now have your personal conviction that yes, this thing is working. That's what I want to hear. I want to build dependent, not dependent people, independent people, so that when I'm not here, when Coach David is not here, you can do it yourself. So that will be all from my end today. Thank you very much, Mr. David. I really appreciate this.
I always do appreciate you for showing up. I always do appreciate you for showing up. Just share us the entries and the exits, stop losses, take profits,
So finally,
all the space, so we can make money today. I have a 9 a.m. meeting, but I feel tired. I don't know. I don't know
sorry.
if I have to join. Well, I need to because it's with a company. I have a 9 a.m. meeting. I feel very tired. So what I did was we prayed till past midnight, about one something. I slept and prayed from 5 a.m. again. So I'm running on like 3 hours sleep right now. I want to sleep very well. From your WhatsApp group. Good stuff. All right, you guys. See you guys at the top, not from the top, because you know what to say. The bottom is way too crowded. All right. We're gonna just wait for counselor to send the entry, SL, and TP for all these pairs. Then we'll end the live stream. So let's just wait for him before ending the live stream. Counselor, don't rush. Just take your time.
Yeah, I'm doing that already. Sent. So if you're in the Telegram channel, the entry has been posted. Just enter the details and you're good. Boom. Yeah. So we're done. So if price comes to the first one, I'll still be on the Telegram. So just be on the watch out, be on the lookout. Unmute the channel. If you're on the Telegram group, if you're on the WhatsApp group, the same information will be passed across both. At least for today, for this setup, it's free. So I'll be on the lookout for this setup and then see how it goes from there. Thank you very much for joining us and have a very good day.
Yeah. How about gold? Are you able to also drop a signal for gold, or we should just focus on this for now?
Gold has ran away, so I'm waiting for gold with the same entry I just dropped, with the same entry method I just dropped for GBP USD. For it, this is this break. The mitigation I'm using for, there's this one here, there's this one here. So once it enters any of this and then gives me my candle confirmation for a buy, I'll still go and be on the buy. But is the buy correct? Yes. Are we in the right direction? Yes. So just for me to wait for entries. It's for entries. So for gold, this is more viable. Yeah, this. And then for the TP, this one, like I said, this one now is much obvious. You've seen this is our all-time high. So from this point, this one, 1:1, 1:2, 1:3 already. So if you hold to this point is 1:8. But now let's just hold, because price cannot just come and jump and pass all these places. No, price is fractal. It must react. Even if it's going to go down, it must react. So once price gets to this point, before it breaks this point, it must react. So that reaction will give us a re-entry buy to continue pushing up. So once price gets here again, it must react, and that reaction will give, that push down will give us another entry up until this all-time high. But are we seeing all-time high this week? I don't know. But then if you have any very good impact, high impact news, that news will help us to push gold to a new all-time high. And if you're very, very awake in the fundamental world, you know that Trump is no longer making any crazy trade wars. The UK and the US are now collaborating together to make their trading better. So you can now see more peace and more price being calm in these coming days and weeks. So there's no major news, there's no crazy tariffs, there's no tariff war again for now. So you don't expect people are now moving their money back to their base currencies and not just on gold, because of how stable it is. So unless that kind of news comes out, that's what can still push gold a little bit further. But for now, let's just trade the normal technicals and see what's up.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Thank you very much. And let's have a good week ahead, a good month ahead, and a good year ahead. All right. So see you at the top again, like we always say. And God bless you.